Hey everybody, I'm Fran. Today I'm going to give you a little tour of everything that we've got going on. Well, not everything, but some stuff we've got going on today. Okay, hope you enjoy the video. This area is where my compost bin was. I had told him that I wanted to start using it this year, but we had some, well, there was a kind of a tree bush here. It was a Harlequin Bower Glory, and I told him I wanted that moved. Not moved, I wanted it gone. And it had sprouted up a couple of more around where he's digging, and I'm not sure what that was. It might have been a river birch, but I'm not sure. The seeds would have gotten dropped if that's what it was, because somebody up the road has one. But anyway, when he went to get those out from behind the compost bin, he said the bottom of my bin had rusted because we used pallets, and what I did have in there obviously got covered up, so I can't use that anymore. But anyway, he took out the Harlequin Glory Bower here, and then over here we had was supposed to have been 3 flowering almonds, but they never did get to do too well, because when we first moved down here, if you see the stump right there, that, and then there was another one right in here, was a spirea that they had planted up against the house. Well, I wanted them moved, so we dug them up and moved them up here because it was the only place that they could grow that wouldn't be in the way, and I planted the flowering almonds in between it. Well, they ended up getting so big that they crowded out the flowering almonds, so they couldn't do anything. Well, since I didn't know exactly which spirea this was, and neither one of them had done too well, I told him yesterday, I said I want them gone, because here is my little Patio Peach, and I was worried that it wasn't gonna do well over the winter, but I had put it between the house and my raised bed, so it started putting out blooms a few days ago. And before that, I was keeping a check on it, but I never got up close enough to it to really see that it was budding out. But it did, and it's doing really well. And I am thinking about planting it over there where those spireas were. I'm not sure, but we have deer that come up in the yard, literally come up in the yard, up there where they come up there in that fence. If y'all have ever watched any of my videos, you've seen that they are in that field, and out there where he's got the Buckeye trailer parked, they have been there too. That's where I originally had planted my apple trees and peach tree and pear tree, and the deers started eating them, and then he fenced in the whole front yard and put some cows out there, and then the cows just completely ended up eating the rest of my trees, completely ate them down, and they would walk over them and knock them down. I had several grape vines down here, and because that got pastured in, they ate my grape plants, and that's what happened to all my fruits that I had in 2017, because Mr. decided that it was a good idea to fence in the front yard. But anyway, I'm thinking about planting my peach tree up there, and over here, this is my American elderberry, and I'm thinking about maybe putting those up there too. And I'm hoping that they will be close enough to the house that the deer won't venture over to try to eat anything that close, because the dogs tend to keep them ran out of the yard when I let them out. And then here are this is a Celeste Fig Tree, and that one is a brown turkey. The bigger one is a brown turkey, and they are looking really good. I should have already went ahead and took some cuttings, but I didn't. But I'm probably going to take a few cuttings off of these and see if I can root some of those, and then I will hopefully have a few more fig trees. And anyway, I'm really not sure if I should plant the figs out there. I think they may need a more protected area, because they're hardy, but they need some protection. So I may end up planting those back behind the house where the yard goes downhill and then it kind of flattens out. So that way the wind won't be directly blowing on them. They'll have the protection of the woods that are on that side, and then on this side that would be the front coming into, like, you know, down the hill. That's what it's considered the front, I suppose. But anyway, they would be protected down there. So I think that's where they need to go. I'm not sure. I've never really had figs. My dad had one when I was a kid, and he had it down there it was up against the barn they had, and every year he would wrap it. But I think it's hardy enough that he didn't really have to do that, but I don't know. So if anybody's got any suggestions on the best place to place figs, do they need protection from, you know, like full on wind and cold? So I need to know for sure where I should put those figs, and what would be the best, you know, location for them. But anyway, that's what we've got going on right now. I've got to get these elderberries something done with, because they have been in this pot since 2017, and I lost several of them, and I don't want to lose the rest of them. So I've got to get something done with those. And the lay of this yard is just so confusing. I'm not really sure what's the best for this or that. And over there's my onions. If you saw the video on my onions last year, they did not do squat, so I just left them over winter. And those are what I have left, and they are looking fantastic now. So I may let them, a couple, go to seed so I can get seeds of them. I don't know. I may end up just trying to find seeds that's actually, you know, either for this area. I don't know, because I don't know what those kind are. They probably are a long day, and I need the short day or intermediate. But anyway, y'all, that's what we've got going on now. I'm trying to get situated on where the best place would be to plant all the berry bushes, the trees that I've got, and the stuff that I got last year, which was these fig trees. And, you know, I've got blueberry plants that I got last year. I've got to plant some of those. And yeah, so much to do. So much to do. At least today is not too cold. The wind's blowing, but it's not a cold wind today. Anyway, and this is a better look at the other blueberries. That one didn't make it, and then there's one back there that didn't make it. But other than that, the rest of them look really good, and I've got to get them out of this area because, as I said before, I had put them in this tote, but the way the ground is over here, all the water went back to the back instead of draining out of the spout thing that's up here. So that didn't work, and I didn't have anything at the time to put these down on to keep everything from growing up around them. So I had to just set them on the ground, and I'm hoping that they haven't rooted. They may have started. So I'm going to have to definitely get these moved and do it ASAP. Oh, here's another one that didn't make it. But most of them are doing well. And look at there. That one, even though the main part of it has died out, it's got another little shoot coming up. So that's really good. So yeah, the blueberries are looking good. And if you go back and look at the other video that I did on the blueberries, I show you the mix that I used, that I made myself, and what blueberry plants these actually are. So if you're interested in blueberries, go check out that video. Right now, I'm not even sure what the title is, but the picture that's on it says, "Why so many blueberries?" And I'm getting ready to change that picture because obviously nobody's really watching the videos. This is some of the other blueberries. It doesn't look like I lost any of those. Well, one. I think I lost one there. But these are the jerseys, and they are looking really good. I'm happy about that. And then over here are my two original blueberry bushes that I got. One's Misty, and then that one over there is Legacy. That is the Grape Vine that I got last year, and it struggled all year long. It just didn't do well. The reason why they are in the half-gallon barrel is because we were planning on moving, and things just didn't work out that way. But anyway, that I had it up against the building, and when my nursery inspector came out, she told me she thought that it was getting too much shade to move it, so I moved it over here, and it was getting morning sun, but then I realized that it was getting afternoon shade here, so it just has not done well, and it is, I am positive it is a goner. It was the seedless grape Marquis. It's Marquis, however you pronounce that. I don't know. But anyway, it's not doing well, and I'm hoping to get some more grapes. I did get 2 this year, so we'll see how that goes. But anyway, that's how things are going around here, y'all. At least these 2 blueberry bushes look good, and down there is where I'm talking about putting the figs. But right now, as you can see, he put up a fence to let the goats out. So that is the problem that I have. Every part of my yard, somewhere, somehow, some way, he decides that he is going to put up a fence for the animals. So yeah, that's what happens, y'all. These are some beautiful red Buckeye trees. I had never even heard of these things until last year, but I ordered some, and I thought that I had lost them, but they are doing fantastic. I think I only lost maybe 1 or 2, maybe just 1, but I've got to get this nasty stuff out of them. But hopefully these really do well. From my understanding, here in North Carolina, I have to plant them somewhere that they are going to be semi-shaded. So, got to figure out the best place for that, because if y'all have seen any of my videos, you know pretty much we have absolutely no trees in this yard whatsoever. So, that's an issue. But anyway, here are the beautiful red Buckeye trees. The garlic is looking fantastic. Princess, get out. Get out. I tell you, animals and growing things is not easy because, yeah, they're nuts. I still haven't got anything done with this bed. It's a mess. As you can see, the strawberries look really bad, and they definitely have a disease, so they've got to go. But anyway, yeah. So that's how things are going around here, y'all.